The secret Raju kept. In a quiet corner of northern India, there was a small village called Rampur. It was surrounded by green fields, tall trees, and small hills. The people of Rampur were simple and happy. They didn't have a lot of money, but they had each other, and that was enough for them. Children ran around barefoot playing games. Women cooked together and shared food. Men worked in the fields or looked after animals. In the evenings, everyone sat outside and talked. Life in Rampur was peaceful. There was a young boy named Raju who lived in Rampur with his parents and his grandmother. He was about 12 years old. Raju was a shepherd. Every morning, he took his goats to the hills so they could eat grass. He would sit under a tree and play his flute while watching the goats. He loved nature. He liked the wind, the sound of birds, and the soft sunshine. Raju's grandmother told him stories every night. His favorite story was about stars. She said stars had secrets, and if someone had a pure heart, the stars would tell them things. Raju always listened carefully. He believed his grandmother. One afternoon, while Raju was sitting under a tree playing his flute, he saw something shining near a bush. He walked closer and saw a small, round stone. It was clear like glass and had many colors in it. It looked magical. He picked it up. It was warm and smooth. As he turned it in his hand, he suddenly heard a soft voice. It came from the stone. The voice said, "You can make one wish. Anything your heart truly wants." Raju got scared. He looked around, but there was no one nearby. The voice came again. "Only one wish. Think carefully." Raju was shocked. He couldn't believe it. Was this real? A stone that talks? He thought for a long time, but he couldn't decide what to wish for. He didn't want much. His family had enough food. He loved his small home. His goats were healthy. He liked his life. So Raju said to himself, "I'll wait. Maybe tomorrow I'll know what to wish for." He wrapped the stone in a cloth and kept it in his bag. He didn't tell anyone about it. It was his secret. The next day, Raju still couldn't think of a wish. Days passed, and every time he looked at the stone, he felt happy. But he didn't use the wish. People in the village started noticing that Raju looked very cheerful these days. They didn't know why. But he smiled more, played his flute more, and seemed peaceful. Now, in Rampur, there was another boy named Deepak. He didn't like Raju much. One day, Deepak followed Raju up the hill. He hid behind a tree and waited. When Raju fell asleep under the tree, Deepak quietly took the stone from Raju's bag and ran away. By the time Raju woke up, the stone was gone. Back in the village, Deepak showed the stone to everyone. "Look what I found!" he shouted. "It's a magic stone. It can give you whatever you want." At first, people laughed, but then they heard the voice from the stone. "Make one wish. What do you want?" A man stepped forward. "I want a bag of gold," he said. Suddenly, a bag full of gold coins appeared in his hands. Everyone was shocked. "I want 2 big houses," shouted another man. Boom! His old house turned into 2 large buildings. People became crazy with excitement. One by one, they made wishes. Some asked for gold, others for new houses. Some wanted cars. Some wanted jewelry. The village changed quickly. Big buildings replaced small homes. People wore fancy clothes. The quiet streets became noisy. The children had no space to play anymore. But slowly, problems started. People who didn't get gold felt jealous of those who did. Those with big houses felt lonely. Neighbors stopped talking to each other. Friends became enemies. Everyone wanted more. No one was happy. The village looked rich, but it felt empty. Raju and his family didn't ask for anything. They stayed in their small house. They still ate simple food. They still laughed together. Raju still played his flute on the hill. One day, a group of children came to Raju. They looked sad. "Raju," one girl said, "we don't like our new homes. We miss playing in the fields. We miss the old Rampur." Soon, many parents also came. "We are not happy," one father said. "We got everything we wanted, but we lost our peace." Raju listened quietly. Then he told them, "The stone gave me a wish too, but I never used it." The people were surprised. Raju continued, "If you really want Rampur to be like before, I can make that wish." Everyone agreed. They were ready to give up the golden palaces to get their old life back. Raju took the stone in his hands. He closed his eyes and said, "I wish everything in Rampur goes back to how it was before." The stone glowed one last time. And then, slowly, the big houses disappeared. The gold turned into dust. The wide roads became narrow paths again. The fields came back. The trees returned. The village looked just like it used to. People smiled again. Children ran through the lanes, shouting and laughing. Friends became friends again. Rampur was back. That evening, Raju sat on the hill and played his flute. The sound of the flute spread through the village. Everyone felt peaceful. From that day, no one in Rampur wished for more than they needed. They worked hard, helped each other, and lived simply. And Raju? He still took his goats to the hills every morning, and every evening he came home smiling, with his flute and his heart full of joy. The morale of the story is that we should be happy with what we have. Wanting too much can take away our peace,